Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of my Back to Reality series. Today we're going to be talking about something that I've mentioned in the last 2 episodes, and that would be anxiety. I was first diagnosed with my anxiety back in 2013, I believe. But let's go back a little bit farther. Back in 2011, I first had my accident, which left me hospitalized and wheelchair bound for a little while. It happened. Dealt with it. Got over it. Walking great now. But through the process of that, being back then I was 17, about to graduate high school, and then suddenly I was no longer independent. And as a 17-year-old going on 18, that really screws with your head. And it definitely led to a very, very deep depression. I didn't want to be around anyone. I didn't want to talk to anyone. And, because I was still at school during that time, I put up a false bravado, trying to show everyone that I wasn't bothered by my current state, and it was all fake. It was all show. Clearly I was bothered by it. But over the next couple years after that, from 2011 to 2013, I was in and out of the hospital several times, and mostly because during those times I started to develop seizures. And no one could figure out why. Every hospital I went to, they couldn't figure it out. No idea why they were happening. It got to the point to where doctors just started saying that I was faking it. But I ended up going to a hospital in California. I had a lovely doctor down there. Spent a week running tests and figured out that my seizures were actually just severe anxiety attacks. It's just I was getting so stressed out to the point that my body didn't know what to do, and it just shut down. And it was scary to think that that's what was happening, that it was just my body giving up for a little bit. But that led to answers, which was a great thing, and I was very thankful for that doctor. And now, ever since then, over the last 3 years, I still have seizures on occasion. I think my last one was actually over a year ago. So that's been great. It actually has been fantastic. But but the thing that I had to learn to realize is the anxiety is uncontrollable, but my response to it isn't. I don't let it affect me as much as it used to. I've learned how to live with the anxiety. I think my most recent anxiety attack was a couple weeks ago. You know, it's just, it'll be 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be asleep, and I'll just burst wide awake, and it's just, my instant thought is like, I need to get out of my house. I gotta go do something. And, I'll just go for a walk. Think about other things. And, and anxiety, it's not even about anything. It's just there. It's not connected to any sort of thought. I'll be perfectly fine one moment, and the very next moment, I'll shut down, and I'll be quiet, and it's like, I don't want to deal with anything. I don't want to talk to anyone. But I've learned how to not get so upset over those, because now that I know where it's coming from and why it's there, it doesn't bother me as much. But yeah, it's not like I'm excited to have the anxiety. It's part of me now. I guess it's always been a part of me, but I just never knew it was there and didn't know how to cope with it. But, to any of my viewers who suffer from this, just know that you're obviously not alone. There's quite a few people out there who suffer from anxiety. And, it's just something you gotta live with. You gotta work with it. Obviously, if it's bad enough, you should see a doctor. Hopefully get some medication that can help. But if it's like me and it's connected to emotional responses, figure out ways to cope. Figure out ways to manage it. Take it one day at a time at first. Took me the better part of 5 years to figure this out. And, I think I'm going to sign off from there. Alright? So, this has been episode 2. Only 50 more episodes of these to go. Alright, I'll see you guys next week.